is so cool!
What's up, you damn plebeians? Neil with the Balding Plebs, joined here tonight by my brother,
The one and only Mr. fucking YouTube. Baby.
Mr. fucking YouTube Baby. Dark Souls Trilogy Collector's Edition. This is from Bandai Namco EU. Not get a US release. Let's talk about it. It was requested that we take a look at it, give our honest thoughts, and a breakdown and a price that we thought would be fair for this.
I must give my honest thoughts. I will say, without even getting into it, I want this. But I will try to be honest in my thoughts and breakdown. But I do want this.
Are you ready?
I want this.
I'll tell you why you want this. This is how well I know you. Here's a good social experiment for Jdog and myself. You want this because of the bonfire.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
It is a great figure. A great figure.
And it is 34 by 16 by 27.5, so it is quite large.
Centimeters.
It's still quite large.
Centimeters.
Still quite large.
Divide that by 2.54.
Get your calculator out.
So it's about 16 inches by maybe about 7 inches.
Roughly the size of my penis. 16.
By maybe about 12 inches.
It's a nice figure.
So it's a pretty good size figure, yeah.
It is a pretty good size figure, but again, it's probably going to be like the other Dark Souls figures.
Yeah, and I'm concerned 16 centimeter height, or I hope that 16 centimeter width, and your height's going to be 12. So that's probably about right. 16 wide, 12 high, and 7 wide is what I'm thinking. It does look very cool.
It is a cool looking figure. So let's talk about this. You got the Trilogy box. You've got Dark Souls 1 Remastered, Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sins, Dark Souls 3 Fire Fades. All DLC, all 3 games. That's $60. That's what the Trilogy price is. That's $60.
Yeah. The problem with that is, the games have already been released, and we own all of them.
We've beaten all of them.
But if you haven't got them,
it's a $60 price.
Realistically, you put the games at $60. I mean, that's what they're selling for. You do get all the DLC, so you are getting a complete thing, which is really nice.
Now, again, I have to rephrase. I have to preface this breakdown and review by saying, first of all, this is, from what I can gather, sold out because I can't access the store page anymore. But the reason we're doing this is because it was requested of us. But we do the Trilogy, $60. Let's talk about this compendium.
I want it!
460 page art book and compendium. Look at this, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. That's pretty good.
Well, that's basically kind of the guide, right? They put the 3 guides in there. That's Future Press.
Ultimate Dark Souls Compendium by Future Press. Complete items, equipment, enemies, area NPC dialogues are all presented for easy reference. Includes exclusive Illustrator maps for all areas, bookmark, ribbon, and limited art prints.
So we have the Future Press guides for Bloodborne and for the Dark Souls, the first Dark Souls game. They're amazing guides, the best guides ever made for video games. I'll tell you
other
that
guides,
right now.
Other guides are total disasters.
No, these are the best guides.
These are the best guides
on the planet,
ever.
Period.
Greatest guides ever.
Future Press makes amazing guidebooks. A 460-page book from them is probably $50 minimum. Dude, we paid $35 for that Bloodborne one.
I was actually going to say more like 75 or 100.
Nah, $50 because these are old games.
Yeah, they are old games.
And all they have to do is just put all the stuff they already have made into a compendium. $50.
I'll feel you on that. $50.
Yep.
Let's talk about this. Trilogy soundtrack. 6 CDs, all original soundtracks for all 3 games.
So not mini soundtracks?
No, not partial like sampler soundtracks that you're getting in some of these collections. This is the full soundtrack. I actually wish I could buy the soundtrack separate for like 50 or 65 or $75 because I would. I really like the music from Dark Souls. It's some of my favorite video game music out there.
Especially the boss tracks.
Yeah, I put it right up there with Final Fantasy. Something I really, really enjoy.
Yeah, they did the music right.
So yeah,
that's cool to get 6 CDs, 3 soundtracks. I mean, all of the soundtrack.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty neat.
That's pretty great.
So you're getting the compendium.
$40 value on that. You think $40 is fair on that soundtrack?
No,
I do.
No, 50 to 75.
I think 40.
We'll go 50.
40 to 50. All right. So what do you got? 60.
But still,
160, and how much is the figure? That's really what you got to tell me.
What are you thinking? Are you waiting for me to say a price?
No, I mean, I'm thinking that's a $100 figure.
Yeah, I'm 100 to 150.
So realistically, that puts us at $260 on this collector's edition.
Is that almost the highest we've ever rated? Right up there with the Final Fantasy VII one?
Well, you know, realistically, that Final Fantasy VII edition, there's a bunch of shipping that's got to go on to that, too.
Yeah.
So that maybe isn't that fair of a review. And I don't know, for those of you guys in the U.S., if you were looking to buy this, and you had to pay big-time shipping on this, you know, whatever price they put up there, you got to add another $40 or $50 on it. So you got to take that stuff into account.
Well, I'm going to tell you how much it is. Are you ready?
I am.
€499.
Really?
Yep.
Holy fuck.
$565, approximately. Give or take, depending on the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that statue like metal or pewter or something? Because where do they get $565 for this? For real, guys. Like, I mean, I know that it's cool, and I really want it as a fan, don't get me wrong, but that's a lot. That's outrageous.
The figure is, from what I understand, it is numbered one of 2,000. There are only 2,000 made.
Okay. I mean, even if we put $150 value on the figure, we're nowhere close on this.
Yeah,
from a value standpoint, guys.
Here's the thing. I'm not talking about, like, fandom. I'm just talking about, like, price-wise. I feel like this is just it's a gouge. It's like Dark Souls. Dark Souls is dead. Like, before anybody overreacts to that, Dark Souls is dead. 1, 2, and 3. It's done. Be done with it. Let it lie.
Let's see if we can sucker 2,000 people into $500 for this. I think $565, €4.99, right? I think that's a lot of money for this. Okay, realistically, when you look at it from a value standpoint, Mr. fucking YouTube will tell you how much it is.
Great. So let's. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, Mr. fucking YouTube?
This is overpriced. That is the reality of it. Now, I'm about as big of a Dark Souls fan as it gets. I've played all 3 games, all the DLC, played through it multiple times. Best game series in many, many years, people. I love it. Love everything about it. I got all the guides. Got a half a dozen figures. Got the fucking board game, which I don't recommend to anyone.
No, I don't
but
recommend it
seriously, I have it all. Biggest fan you're going to meet. You talk Dark Souls, I'm listening. But, reality, people. Reality. $500 for this is overpriced. Period. Okay? You got a $60 base game. Don't bullshit yourself. That's what it sells for. Right? That's what it's worth. $60. Come on. Right? Soundtrack is nice. Even if you put a $50 price point on that soundtrack, you put a $50 price on that book. Right? I don't want to start paying more than $50 for a book. Alright? And you put $150 on that figure.
Well, even if you stretch
put $200 on the figure, I'm still not there. I'm at
even
$400, $250.
Even if you stretch the book to 100 and stretch the CDs to 75, you're still not there.
We're still not there, guys. I mean, we're starting to give big money on this stuff.
Yeah.
$200 on the figure. Go to $250 on the figure. You still don't get there. We're still coming up short on this one. Sorry. I can't recommend it on a value price point. Yes, as a fan, I want it. I will admit it.
Yeah.
I would absolutely.
But we don't do these breakdowns.
If I walked by this, I would be like, "Fuck, God, no."
I would be like, "Take my no, fuck you."
But I'd be close. I will admit it. But I won't because it isn't worth it. It just isn't.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think you start to see that more and more, like at the end of maybe like the end of an era for certain games. You start to see that like final big compendium collector's edition, that big bring together, and when you start to kind of realize what that is, you're kind of like, oh.
I mean, it's definitely not worth it if you have all the games already.
No. If you didn't have all the games already, you're like, oh fuck yeah, you know.
I really can't give it my blessing just because of the price. I think that is outrageous.
I mean, if you bought it, good on you. Like if you paid the.
I won't yell at you for buying it. Let's
no,
say that,
we're
just
not
because
gonna.
I do really like it.
I'm not going to be triggered if you bought it, but I certainly don't. I agree with Jdog. I don't see the. I do. Not
I
see
can't get to €500, $585.
Yeah. Plus shipping, by the way.
Plus shipping. So let's say $650. I just can't get there.
No.
I mean, I just cannot get there, guys.
No.
You're literally having to put $100 price point on that book, $100 on the games, $100 on the soundtrack. If you did that, you still got to go $350 on the figure to get to $650 American dollars, right? And that's about what it's going to end up costing.
It's numbered 1 of 2,000 now.
Well, you've got to take that into account. I don't think there's any piece of plastic worth $350. Sorry, I just don't see it.
I don't think this one is. I think it depends.
It ain't got no big tits, so that's a big problem.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
That's a big problem for you, Neil. No tits, no money.
Here we go. Here we go again. Mr. YouTube, your final thoughts.
I like this collector's edition on a personal level, and as a fan, I like it. I really do.
Yes, I do too.
But from a value standpoint, again, please understand that's how we review these things. Value standpoint. This is not worth the money.
Price is?
The price, where I'm comfortable here, maximum is in the $300 to $350 range.
Is that US or is that Euro?
That's US.
Yeah.
And they're asking for $585 US for this plus shipping. You're well over $600 on this. Okay? €4.99. I can't justify it. I'm sorry. I want to, believe me, but I can't.
Cash in?
I think it is.
Rip off?
I mean, it's significantly higher value than we come up with, so yeah, kind of is.
Your thoughts, plebs. Let us know in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed the honest breakdown review. See you right here next time for more content like this.
Saved you a lot of money on this one, guys. You're welcome.
GG. Oh, wait! Before I end the video, because somebody's going to say it. I just want to make sure I slip it in here. I'm just going to sneak it in. First of all, do you think we can trust our channel because we use Microsoft Edge internet browser?
No.
And also, are you salty because, first of all, you're too poor to afford it? Get a job.
Not too poor to afford it, but I'm smart enough not to buy it.
Okay, you're not too poor to afford it. Are you salty because you didn't get one?
If I got it for free? Did I get it for free?
No.
Oh, no, I'm not salty because I can't afford it.
You're welcome. GG, Plebs.